I don't always wear my hard hat, but when I do, it's going to be a fine day to work. Welcome to the broadcast. We have just arrived on site. I'm going to perch the excavator up on that little hill there so I can load that brush into the dump truck. Alrighty, let us begin. Yep. Just like a dot. Luckily, I'm just running around on the job site today, so I don't have to worry about stuff falling out a little bit. Here a whole bunch. We know this job's not pretty good. This little brush pile will not take long to clean up. I don't think. Of it. That's our job. That load, didn't we? Ready? This mess. This is the type of job you guys could do without a dump truck if you're just getting started. Could technically scoop this stuff and just shuttle it with your excavator. Just press this ground up just a touch. There's sticks buried in those leaves. We'll get those too. This truck out of our way and start our journey up toward the big piles. Good. If you remember from yesterday's video, we've got these stumps. I'm going to go ahead and throw them into the truck on top of that brush too. dump, so what I'm going to do is hold off on them. I'll just go ahead and load these little rotten pieces. Dude, that is rotten. Go ahead and load these up. Add some weight to that side of the bed so we can actually dump over there. I'll try to talk loud for you guys. This pile down here because it's kind of more of an eyesore than the other stuff. My plan is to pull out all the long stuff, lay it up here on a chain. Once I get a good bundle, I'll hook the chain, hook it to my tractor, and pull it over to the dump site. Like this is a good sized one. If I can get it out of there, just probably have to break it. Maybe I can get a hold of it now. Nope, not yet. Come on. I bet there's a stump for that one. We'll have to channel our interlogger wave today. Go and get my chain. Alrighty. I've got my chain stretched out straight across my little road from that white pine, so I know where it's at. Get in here on this stuff. Old scrub. That'll help hold my bundle together now, won't it? Good little stick. Old fir tree of some kind. Guys, you can make some decent money doing little cleanup jobs. See how I dressed that bundle? You can just squeeze it together and you'll be able to get more out at one time. This stuff's dry. Man, this would have made a good fire. Fire! Fire in the hole! Well, this pile cleaned up here in just a little bit. good bundle together here and we'll check back in. Alright, I just saw Mama Rabbit run out of this brush pile, so let's see if there's some babies in here that I'm going to need to move over there where I saw her run. It's the only downside of doing this kind of work. Saw her run right out of here. She's probably got her a burrow in there, so I'm going to be careful digging around in here. I don't think she's got babies this time of year. Right, and there's her little burrow. I don't hear any babies crying. So once I get over to this side, I'm gonna start picking stuff up a little more gingerly. I've always been one lucky little hillbilly when it came to getting into these brush piles, as far as catching the turtles and the rabbits. Never hit a skunk, thank God. So we'll just be careful with this pile today and do the best we can. I don't want to hurt no babies. Little bundle of wood. Little bundle of wood. Once you and I get all these bigger sticks and logs moved, it'll be easy to load up all of the small stuff. Get my other chain, hook up here. We'll get the tractor warming up. Now we're gonna have something. You betcha. We're gonna knock some paint off this thing today. Hold my chain in the center by having that twist in it. Alright folks, let's tote some wood, shall we? If this little toter will do it. Get my engine good and warmed up here. You can almost guarantee, come on baby, that your hook will probably end up on the bottom of that pile. And that's why I have an excavator. I hope there's a line of stumps up there, and I'm hoping that they will hold those sticks. Not really even logs, but they're sticks. I'd run over log here. I have to steer with my split brakes. It's digging in pretty good, but we haven't. I already had my brakes split. That's unfortunate. Come on, lady. Come on, lady. Turn. Turn, turn, turn. I might have to get a load of something on my loader for some weight. Yep. Only a little more weight. From the load, my front end's just a little bit too light, so I'm gonna run to the house and get some cinder blocks, load my front loader down, and just gonna make it. Now, see if that's enough weight to hold that front end down. We're gonna see something now. One of them logs was digging in, but those cinder blocks really helped. I could have used probably 4 more blocks, but I didn't want to put too much weight on the front end of that tractor. Let's face it, it's not a skidder. But that's what we got, what we're going to work with. All right, so I've got the real muscle up here now. I'm just going to take a few minutes and clear kind of a deck up here, and that way I can start backing the dump truck up here with all the small stuff that's left in that pile, dump it out, and I can start stacking it against this dump area. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is as far as we're going. With that load anyway, I'm going to have to do something a bit different right here. I don't know how solid this is, but I assume that this in here was a parking area. So I may pull all of these little saplings and where I can pull up and turn around in here. That may be just what we have to do. That's my plan anyways. Let's get all this stuff just kind of out of sight, out of mind for now. We'll get us a plan together. At least all of that came out of the bed. And yes, I'm stuck. I have to pull the truck out of there here in a second. Cleaned up real quick. Alrighty, let's extract my little truck. Another day at the office. This little shack is small enough for this. We'll see, won't we? probably hook up 2 ropes just in case the strap breaks. My truck won't just take off. All right, let's get some pressure on before we release our brake. What you want to do is not get it going until you're going down. You know, if you keep pulling this till you get going back downhill, it's going to take off and run right into you, obviously. But for some reason I feel the need to say that. I just inch it along, and now I'm going to jump in the truck and try to pull forward under its own power. So not yet. Here's my parking brake. That's big enough to where we won't be totally up and over the crest here, but if it does start to roll a little, that'll stop it. Hopefully. Let's get our parking brake up a little. Let's go get some more wood. I better keep my parking brake, I may need it. Thank you. Getting it loaded up. There's one part of that. I'm making some noise, hoping that if there are some babies in here, they'll start screaming for their mama. And if you've never heard a baby rabbit, well, I call it screaming, calling for their mother, it sounds just like a shrill kind of a scream. Right in here was where the void was. No bunnies. But what I do in this case is I'll go down on the pile, and as I squeeze my claws, I'll lift the boom up, and then it just kind of gently lifts material up. So I'm going to shuttle this material up closer to the truck, and then we'll get it loaded up. My 2-foot bucket today. It's lighter and it's easier to manhandle these chunks of wood, especially stumps. Well, that doesn't look like a piece of wood at all. Tin roof. job. But I can't afford nice things like that, so use what I got. And more tin roof. What's going on here? Come on, that's what I didn't want. Usually the tooth or that thumb pops through. They don't want to come off of there. Got 2 days to do as much as I can do here. That's dirt. Scooping all this up, transferring it up to this pile, and we'll get it moved. What I have done, there's a dip right here, so temporarily I cut a little ditch in here, so hopefully I can back up through there, get straight, and just back up through here really fast, and hopefully that ditch will, if I do spin a little, it won't let me kick sideways if nothing else, and I can just, there's some gravel mixed in with this stuff. I think it's probably going to work. I could be wrong. I've been wrong many times before. The only thing I'm not going to do is give up. Here we go! Diggity dog. Doesn't take much to fill this little truck up.